Welcome to the Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew and let's get to the show.
God only knows what I'd be. Oh God, what I'd be without you. I found it. I found it. Sorry, I didn't practice beforehand. I just raw dogged. Sorry. Welcome to the Daily Grind. Sorry for ruining your day with that awful Brian Wilson cover. R.I.P. Hi everybody. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker. It's Monday, and we had some stuff happen yesterday, so I wanted to get both of the $2 from the $2 Sports Show here. How are we, fellas?
We're good, man. Everything's good over here in Carnes. You know, I did have a tough weekend, Luke. My Uncle Frank did pass away. It was real sad. His final wish was to be cremated and put in his favorite beer mug because in death he wanted to be Frank in Stein. Welcome to the Daily Grind.
Oh, I'm glad it was an actual pun. I was like, oh man, shit. Sorry, Rusty. I was like, why would you tell us this live on the air that your uncle passed away, brother?
One day you're gonna learn, man. One day you're gonna learn.
One day I'm gonna learn it's a pun. I was like, damn, we were having a good time. Your uncle died and found out live on air. Not as bad as Sean Connery, but pretty bad.
Not as bad as Sean Connery.
I'm good too. Thanks for asking. Before Rusty hijacked everything with a terrible joke. I'm good. It's Monday. Listen, let's just get into it.
Yeah, it's Monday, brother. It's Monday. So I don't know, man. Leave it to Zach Kleiman to pull this. What time did this drop? In the middle of the day yesterday?
Yesterday
like
morning,
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
So for those of you who have been under a rock or sick for the past 12 hours, which I didn't find out about this until like last night. And I was like, what? Desmond Bane was traded to the Orlando Magic for Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony for first and a first round swap. Yeah. Well, I don't,
It felt like a fever dream, I'm sure, as you were coming through that cold medicine.
Dude, I was cold medicine. I woke up and I had a text from a friend. Like I saw the Bluff City Media stuff. And then I saw my friend was like, who is a father, by the way. And I was like, I hadn't mentioned his daughter. He's his first Father's Day. I was like really excited to talk to him. Happy Father's Day. And he was like, dude, what the hell just happened? You see Desmond Bane didn't care about his daughter. He was just like worried about this trade. And a fever dream is right, man. I mean, I think we've all been talking about a possible Des trade for a long time now, but I just assumed Kleiman either A, wasn't going to do it or it was going to happen after the draft. I don't know. This surprised me.
I was stunned too. You know, that was kind of the hot topic. And, you know, it seemed like he was notably absent from the conversation at Zach Kleiman's end of season press conference. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of left the door open to like, okay, well, if you do break up this core three, then he is obviously the one that we're going to expect to be done. But I said, leaving in mine and Rusty's postseason press conference that we did on the $2 Sports Show, I was like, listen, don't let this be a Dylan Brooks thing. I know that Dez had a pretty poor showing in the playoffs this year, and there were times that it just wasn't a banner year for him. I said, let's not overreact like we did with Dylan Brooks. You know, Dylan Brooks, we were like, oh, bad postseason. This just cut him, send him out, send him to China, you know, that whole thing. I was like, let's not overreact and think we need to send Desmond Bane somewhere. Like he's a problem. He's not a problem. He's not perfect, but he's not a problem. And to see that what happened yesterday and the return you got back for him backs up my thoughts here. Because, I mean, you got an absolute haul for Desmond Bane. And I know that Orlando and the KCP thing, they felt like they needed to attach a couple first, maybe to get off of KCP. But I like KCP, and I want to give him a shot in Memphis. So, yeah, just an absolute haul for Zach Kleiman to get Desmond Bane. And I think they made him say no, and he didn't.
Yeah, I think the haul is worth noting. Shout out Wayno, shout out Art, everybody who's joining us. This is a better return than I think that I was ever speculating. I think anytime we made fake Des trades that we were just talking about, I never thought we were going to get 4 first and a swap. I never thought that. And is it the swap? One of these is a Phoenix and a Washington pick.
So that's next year's. That's the 2026 pick is the worst, or I guess the worst finish / better pick of the Washington or Phoenix pick in next year's draft, which is one you might want to kind of sit on and use for a true good player that you could go get, because that's very likely to be a lottery pick, whether it's Phoenix, rebuilding after KD, or Washington, who is perennially bad. I in our exit interview show, I kind of was like, my first question for Drew, who was Desmond Bane, as Zach Kleiman was, what do you think about Sacramento? Because I thought we would move him and get like a big core, a big piece back, maybe a Domantas Sabonis type trade. But instead, I think Orlando approached us. We probably asked for Franz, or Jalen Suggs, and they countered with a whole haul of picks. And been doing a lot of research on the Magic side of it, and they had a ton of picks that they could move, obviously, and they didn't want to get rid of one of their core pieces. They wanted to add shooting around that, and they really liked what they saw in Desmond Bane. And personally, I think Orlando won this trade just as much as we did, because from the Magic side, think about this starting lineup: Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bane, Franz, Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr., let's say, at center. And that is a tough competitor in the Eastern Conference.
Man, the Magic got really, really, really. I mean, you take that their top four and then insert center here is really good. It's Paolo, Franz, Des now, and oh my God, not Suggs.
Jalen Suggs.
Jalen Suggs. Like that's a really good top in the East. That is a really good top four. And the biggest thing for me is Orlando. They were like, okay, biggest weakness we had last year. Okay, let's plug that in with the best possible thing we could.
Right.
Like they put it. They didn't put a Band-Aid on a scratch. They got surgery for the scratch, and it's like,
right.
and it's really going to help. I mean, that was the first thing that went through my head. I was like, damn, Orlando is going to be good next year.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect for both teams.
Yeah,
yes. I know that the Grizzlies from the Grizzlies side is like, okay, you got picks and not a player. Like, obviously, I would like to swap out Desmond Bane for a player that you trust, that is a major foundational building block going forward. You didn't get that. You got 4 picks, and so TBD on the Grizzlies. But 4 picks is a massive haul for Desmond Bane. But you look at this from Orlando, and if I'm an Orlando fan, I kind of put myself in the same boat that Grizzlies fans were. And as a Grizzlies fan, I kept saying, I don't care about the picks. Get me a player. I don't care about the picks. Give me a player. So if I'm Orlando, I don't care about the 4 picks. Give me Desmond Bane. He's perfect. What are his flaws? He's slightly undersized and doesn't defend well. Put him next to freaking Jalen Suggs and see how that matters. Put him next to Paolo and see how that matters. The dude is going to do nothing but stand and shoot, which is what he should have been doing anyways. When everybody got down on Desmond Bane, it wasn't because Desmond Bane started being a bad basketball player. It's because he was doing a role in which he was illy suited for. He's not supposed to be bringing the ball up the court. He's not supposed to be starting actions off a pick and roll. Like, that should be Ja Morant. But because of this, the free flowing, whoever gets the ball dribbles at offense we ran, and Ja Morant checking out and or being hurt, like, that's what you got most of the time out of Desmond Bane. And he was ill suited for it, and it left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Desmond Bane on the Magic is going to be amazing.
Yeah. And that jersey's going to look good too. I think, Rusty, you showed that jersey to us. It's like, it looks good.
I'm not a big jersey guy to begin with. I only have Grizzlies jerseys, but that might be one I would entertain just because it's Desmond. It's going to look good in those pinstripes. But
nah, he's dead to me.
I know. Like Desmond going to, and we've done right by Desmond, right? We did right by Marc Gasol. We sent him to Toronto on a good team. He got a ring. We send Mike out to play with Gobert and that bunch out in Utah. Now we're sending, Desmond to Orlando, where he's going to be in a good situation. And Orlando's getting exactly what we need, what they need, as y'all talked about, right? An offensive player who can create a shot. He can be a weapon for you and not in high leverage situations bringing the ball up the court. Instead, you can rely on Jalen Suggs to continue to do that. And now you've got a handoff, drive and kick option in Desmond Bane. That's one of the best open 3-point shooters in the league. Y'all, he made 51% of his open catch and shoot threes last year. And people considered it a down year for him. So he landed on his feet in Orlando. And I said this yesterday on our show. Again, if y'all were here yesterday, thanks for hanging out with me and Kenny yesterday morning. We had over 4,000 viewers on yesterday morning's show. It's just incredible. But I said this, like, he's like Eastern Conference All-Star is not out of the realm of possibilities just because of the supporting cast.
Nope.
Desmond Bane has more career 30-point games than all Magic guards combined since 2010.
There you go.
In the last 15 years, you can add up all the 30-point games that Markelle Fultz and pick your Magic guards. Desmond Bane has more of them.
I'm going to put this, every woman 45 and under in Memphis felt their knees last night.
Listen, I get it. Maggie's got a crush on Desmond Bane. I get it. It's fine. I understand. I'm comfortable with that. You know, it's fine.
He should leave
and
you
he's
for him.
gone. I wouldn't blame.
Man, would you guys, it's hard to believe we saw that last Desmond commercial about his favorite spots in Memphis, man. It's really kind of a bummer.
Well, now Anthony Sane of Bluff City Media tweeted out yesterday that he saw in the package the commercial is not included and it will continue to air.
We get to keep it. That's awesome. So like, shout out King Meek, shout out Edward. I see some new people hopping in. I didn't see you this morning. Let's talk about the three of us at least. We could do a whole 3-hour episode about how much we like Desmond Bane and find and spoiler alert, we're doing the top 15 Grizzlies of all time throughout the summer. And guess what? He's on that list. The spoiler alert. He made that list. Let's talk about what the Grizzlies are getting back in this a little bit, because I'm with you, Uncle Buck. I think that KCP, I don't think KCP was as much of a, you would have thought that he is an asset there. Like, one, he was on a Magic team where they did not have a point guard, and he was asked to be their best 3-point. They were like, you need to knock down 3-point shots. It's not what he's supposed to do.
Much like Desmond Bane was miscast last season, if you look at KCP, he has excelled when being a kick-out option. Yeah. You know, you look at the teams he's excelled with: Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, an incredible passer. Denver Nuggets, Jokic is arguably the best passer in the history of basketball. And then you send him to Orlando, who they're struggling to score 90 points a game. It's all ISO. It's all disjointed. Jamal Mosley doesn't have a system. They just dealing with injuries. Like, it was a nightmare. And they turned on him quick because who cares if you turn on? It's better to turn on him than Franz Wagner or KCP or, not KCP, Paulo Banchero. Easier to turn on KCP. And so, we'll take him. We've got one of those guards, one of those find everybody point guards. So I think he would be much better with us than he would be with Orlando. Orlando was a black hole for shooting. They might as well take the 3-point line out.
Well, two things about that. Yes, like in the injury bug last year, Drew, like everybody was hurt. And so he had to carry the water. He had to be the main guy. And that's not what he's designed to be. And then
miscast.
I was looking at at some of the stats and just reading some, if you look at his stats before January 1st and after January 1st, he had a much better finish to the year than he did a start. And so I think KCP is going to come in like, can you think of a better role model for Jalen Wells than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to be a 3-and-D wing guy that can teach him? Look, these are two things you need to be really good at, and you can play winning basketball.
He's got a consummate professional. He's a pro.
He's got 2 championship rings, right? He won one alongside LeBron James and alongside Nikola Jokic. And so the guy knows how to win. Like, it's different roles, but could he be our Pascal Siakam that comes in and is that veteran leader in the locker room who's like, I've been there. I've been to the pinnacle. This is how you get there. And I think KCP is somebody we have coveted for a long time in Memphis because he feels like a Grizzly because he just is gritty. He plays hard-nosed basketball. He's from Georgia. He's from the Southeast. Yeah. Like, he's a guy that he just fits what we're trying to do. And of the 2 guys, I think KCP logs a lot of minutes in Memphis. And I think Cole Anthony, when you've got Scottie Pippen Jr. on a $2 million deal, I think Cole Anthony for $13 million is a guy that you move in a package.
Yep. Which before we get, because I want to talk about the potential next move, because I feel like that is – you don't bring in 5 first-round picks and a $12 million contract without another move in mind. But I want to – could we argue – this is a good conversation, Edward. Could we argue that KCP is a better playmaker, off-ball creator than Des?
No. I don't think so.
No.
I think KCP is fine. He's a better defender. He's fine offensively. But Desmond Bane, flyby king, downhill Des, there were a few people who were better at a sidestep or a backstep than Desmond Bane to create an open shot.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I'm going to miss
last year, Rusty had the stat last year, like at the rim, he was finishing at a higher percentage than almost anybody in the NBA.
Any guard in the NBA. Offensively and defensively, he was the best defensive guard on a 2-point percentage for like 75% of the season. So, like, he's not a great defender, but he's a better two-way player than he gets credit for.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's got the opportunity. It was always frustrating that he was always doing things that was not his bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, could he get to the rim? Yes. Yes. Can he dribble? Yes. Should he? No. He should stand there and shoot three. That's because you look back. You're talking about he's JJ Redick if he just stands there and shoots threes. That's 51%. What we're talking about him in 15 years.
He made 51% of his open catch and shoot threes, not creation, not dribble kit, like catch and shoot threes. And there was a reason in that 21-22 season he was in the NBA 3-point competition, because back then when Ja was fully healthy and doing Ja things, that's what his role was to find an open spot at the 3-point line, much like a Ray Allen late in his career, and just make the shot.
He did kick a lot of basketballs last year.
He did. He did.
Damn. They got me. Damn. That he did. Let's talk about, like, I think we are both all thrust, whatever the three
the thrust.
Thrust.
The thrust.
And I also don't think, if you listen to any national media yesterday, you might be mistaken in thinking that we are. Well, we are homers, but I don't think that we have blinders on and we're just trying desperately to find positives in this from the Grizzly side. I actually think that I like KCP, and I think the national media soured on KCP like they're souring on Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. and everybody else, but we don't have to talk about that. But the national media seems to sour on every player that doesn't succeed as soon as they get away from Jokic, which is dumb because they're not going to be as good, and especially when you put them in a black hole of a situation like KCP. I don't know why people – I don't get that. But the next move. So, in my mind, like I said, this 5 first in this trade, the $12 million contract. What's the next move? Because there has to be a next move here. You're not just going to be like, all right, we're done. Like, you're not.
Yeah, this is going to be a busy summer for the Memphis Grizzlies. And what I hope is that we take these picks and the contract and we spread it out. I would rather get a couple of players, maybe more like high-end role players, versus going for the one big splash, the Kevin Durant, the Giannis. And that, don't get me wrong, Giannis comes out and says he wants to go to Memphis, I'll take him. But I would rather maybe turn those into, a Cam Johnson, maybe a Herb and Trey Murphy, see what other role players out there, maybe a Laurie or a Walker Kessler type that could come in and fill a need that we need. We're not all of our eggs in one basket. I think this team is really good with John Jaren as a 1-2 combination. Let's find that third man. Who can be that third option? And for me, it starts with Cam Johnson in Brooklyn still.
Yeah, it seems like it seems like trading Dez. This new CBA, it's not a hard cap, but it is a hard cap, whatever you want to call it. It is really seems like the trend is to build around. Paying 3 guys just seems really, really, really hard. And trading Dez makes me feel like that they are not going to make a big move and bring another big contract in. I think you're right, Rusty. I think it is. You look at the contracts and look at this Indiana Pacers team and look at the contracts on it. Like, I don't think that we will be. I mean, it's like you said, if Giannis wants to come here, okay,
you make it happen.
You make it happen. But otherwise, I think it's like you said. I think you hold on to some of these picks because some of them are going to be pretty good. If you can get some, I don't know, just get a couple players, ship Cole Anthony out and a couple first to get a Cam Johnson, ship some, I don't know, get another center, there's options here. What do you think, Uncle Buck? Do you see that as well?
I tend to agree with you. Although, I don't mind going and getting a big guy. Yeah. I'm a big name guy. Try to get creative because that if you think about what's going on with Kevin Durant, if you were to believe that he has these preferred destinations and that Phoenix is going to try to get him to one of those preferred destinations, being Houston, Phoenix, or Miami, it's going to have to be a 3-team trade when you have a contract that big. So if you can get on the other side, you look at who do the Rockets have that I'd like, I'd like Jabari Smith Jr. That would be a fun, young, big option for me. Big wing. That sounds fun. And then you look at San Antonio, is like Sohan maybe, or they don't really have as much, but when it comes to big guys, but you look at wings, can I get in on what's the guy that everybody loves every time we play him? Keldon Johnson. Can we get Keldon Johnson out of it? Or Miami, is there a way that you can get Jaime Jaquez or be the third team that kind of stirs it that you need to get the other players there to help make money work? If I'm Zach Kleiman, is the first call I make, maybe I'm going to try to get Kevin Durant myself. Like, yeah, sure, I'm good with that. Go offer 4 first-round picks, see if you can get Kevin Durant. He says he'll resign. You'll figure out the money later. Go see if you can get Giannis. 4 first-round picks and 3 players, G.G. Jackson, whoever your headline young player is, Jalen Wells. Like, yeah, go see if you can get Giannis paired with John Morant. We'll figure the rest out. But outside of that, I do like the role players trying to fit this like Indiana did and Oklahoma City did. Go find athletic wings and athletic big men.
I think we talk real quick. Can we talk about Zach Kleiman though? You talk about Oklahoma City, like how this is a Sam Presti type move where you leverage one of your best movable assets. Because of our core 3, it's Desmond Bane is who we're going to move, and then you just get a haul back to where you've now got all the options. You go from nothing at the trade deadline where you totally screw it up and remove any flexibility that we have. So now we have some of the most flexibility in the NBA to make moves and have things that people covet, and that's unprotected first-round picks. Yep. Yes, the likelihood that most of the Orlando picks are going to be high draft picks, they're probably going to be in the mid-teens, right? Around 20. But there's always a chance with injuries and things like that could happen that these could be very valuable picks. But especially that Washington Phoenix pick, that's the one that people covet.
Yep, and I want you want to talk about being the third team in a potential deal, getting that Phoenix pick, and we know Phoenix wants their picks back. Like I think that pick is really that's the little keep an eye on that little booger, because if they need a third team and they want to get all their picks back, they can. Yeah, here's an option. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me have Devin Booker. Make a run at Devin Booker. I think I'd rather have Booker than KD.
That's what I'm saying. That's who of the two. I'd rather have him. He got a longer runway. He's from Moss Point, Mississippi, getting closer to home.
Yep, me too.
I'm sure he's missed it ever since he left. Mississippi always calls you back.
That's it. He does. Got me home.
Oh, shoot.
Mississippi called Rusty straight back to Tennessee.
I was routed. I was rerouted. I was coming to
routed.
Got rerouted.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you can talk about this trade for another, I think, a half hour if we wanted to. Let's take a quick break. We got a little new commercial to show you because we do have a basketball game tonight. We have to talk about it technically. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we'll talk about the game tonight, right after this break.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Okay. Kenny, man. Yeah, Kenny.
And he got a tattoo.
Kenny got a tattoo. I wonder if he did yeah, to compare a shot. Yeah. Kenny's too cold with these commercials.
I mean,
just tatted up like
just,
just
that's
awesome.
dedication to your craft to get a tattoo for a commercial. Dedication.
It's so good. We just found out about the commercial like this morning, so just to see that's really awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Check that out, man. Ounce of Hope. I lost my banner. Ounce of Hope. Promo code Bluff City. Get a tattoo too. We got a lot going on, y'all. I want a tattoo. I might use my refund I got from Bonnaroo. Talk about that later. Get me a tattoo instead of using it for something that's important. Just blow it on a tattoo.
That's the American way.
Yeah, shoot. How much is it? You don't take card? Don't worry. Here's some cash. There's a basketball game tonight we need to talk about. Like I said, I thought this game was last night when the trade happened. I'm kind of all discombobulated. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Game 5. Yes, it's going back to Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. All tied up. This continues to be an incredible series. What do you guys want to see tonight? I don't know. We don't have to spend too much time talking about this because I think it's just going to be another good game.
Yeah, I think that this is this is going to be I don't know if I'd quite call it a must win for Indiana, but it's a very hard, very, very much need to win, because if you can win tonight and go back with home court advantage to close this series out, I mean, that's a script for a movie, right? But if you lose tonight, you've got to play with your hair on fire, and then a winner take all game 7. Oklahoma City is going to be tough to come back and win. So Hallie needs to be perfect tonight without turnovers. You need that role player once again to step up. Is this the TJ McConnell game? Is this a Mathurin game? Like, what does tonight look like? And you've got to match Oklahoma's aggressiveness defensively. Yep.
You mentioned the role players. I can tell you which role player I'm waiting to. Miles Turner's been playing like dog crap this series particular.
He's done himself no favors in getting a contract this summer.
No, and I mean I'm waiting for him to have the Miles Turner game. Maybe that's tonight to send it back to Indy. But I think you're right. I think they God, I hope they win tonight.
I know.
Yeah, what you got?
I feel like they squandered game 4.
Yep.
They absolutely did. Just like Oklahoma City squandered game 1. The Pacers evened it up by squandering game 4 at home. And it felt like such a backbreaker because I was like, the whole time I was like, they need to win both because game 4 may be the deciding factor. And because, like Rusty said, they got to play a best of 3 series now, and 2 of them in Oklahoma City, including the next one. And so you can't lick your wounds. You can't rebound. I mean, you've got to rebound rather.
You can't lose that
rebound
game twice.
on the road in the Wii Arena where everybody will be matching.
The Wii Arena.
I was like, is that what it's called now? And then I realized what you were saying. And it was like, oh,
they're all just like together.
Oh man, I'm off today. I might have to edit that. Make a little video.
With the Wii music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is like you can't let this game beat you twice, right? Like, you can't allow this to bleed over to tonight. You can't let Oklahoma City come out and jump on you early, because we've seen, yes, the Pacers can claw out of a hole, but we've also seen the opposite where it just got too big to overcome.
Yeah, I want to put this up here. Shout out Wayno. They need to hit some free throws. I mean, granted, I wonder it's probably not going to be Scott Foster again on the call this time, but we'll see. Your face. You just look like you just saw.
They shot 71 free throws the other night. Yeah, 71 free throws the other night. I had PTSD. Like,
I saw it.
Scott Foster again.
I saw it.
53 fouls. They shot 1.47 free throws per minute in a 48-minute game. Like, it's asinine. And it ruined what's been a really good finals so far, to where you've had great basketball, you've had competitive games, good rhythm, and then game 4 there was absolutely no rhythm. Like, Indiana just missed their shots and missed their free throws. That's a large part of it, and a large part of that can be contributed to the lack of rhythm because of all the freaking foul calls.
Yep.
Uncle Buck, you are muted, sir. I think your mic's still off.
Sorry, I muted my mic for a second. I don't know, man. Like, 71 fouls is obviously too much. Like, I don't think anybody can argue with that. Scott Foster, it was a special Scott Foster game because for the first time in this NBA Finals, it seems like he lost control of the game. You started seeing players pushing. You started seeing emotions. And I know a lot of that happens as the series goes on. I mean, you're playing each other for the fourth time in a row. Stuff's going to happen. But for the first time in the series, Scott Foster allowed this to kind of get a little testy. And it was not a great display of officiating by any means. I feel like just two things happened. Indiana fell apart and SGA took over. Like, you want to know why everybody wants to keep asking more of Halliburton? Look at what happened in crunch time in game 3. SGA took over. That's what you need to be sometimes to win in the NBA. That's why teams need to have a superstar, a top 5 to 10 player in the NBA, is for moments like that. And SGA took over. You can call it unethical. You can call it whatever you want to. You can blame it on Scott Foster, but he's been doing it all year, and he did it again in game 3.
You got to have an alpha to get to this point and win. And SGA was that alpha. And the Pacers have a lot of guys, but who's going to be that alpha that can step up in crunch time? Is it Siakam? It feels like it needs to be Hallie, but it's got to be somebody.
Yep. I mean, we'll see. We'll see tonight. We're going to talk about the game more tomorrow. I just really hope the Pacers win. I hope that goes to 7. It's been an incredible series. It's just fun to watch.
I do think it goes to 7. I think it goes 7 for sure.
I do too.
And even if the Pacers end up losing, at least if it goes to 7, I'll be happy, man.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, y'all, it's Monday. And we need to talk about what Mondays are for. For those uninitiated, they are for lasagna and Mondays. I've been doing this for like 2 years now. I still get confused. It's in honor of Garfield the cat, who hates Mondays but loves lasagna. I think it's important to talk about what you loved and you hated from the weekend to appreciate them. I'll go first. I went to Bonnaroo this weekend. Bonnaroo, it was rained out after 2 days, which is even more frustrating because it's not really rained outside much the past couple days. But I got one good festival day. It was awesome. Got to see Marcus King, got to see Will Dorado, got to see Dogs in a Pile. The first day was much more like Dogs in a Pile was like a bluegrass jam band. They were great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was much more. I don't go to Bonnaroo for the EDM. If you want to, that world is there. If you want to go sweat on people and be bugged out, that's there. You can go dance to EDM. I don't do that. I like to go and appreciate the music. And so it was a good day for like good music. I ended my day with
Rusty's looking like he's in Wee Arena right now.
I just caught I caught the rhythm from the EDM down the road.
Yeah, there you go. The last show I saw was the Insane Clown Posse, which I don't know if you know about those guys. They are crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't ICP just get traded for Desmond Bane?
They found out on stage, Drew. On stage.
I was literally walking back to my campsite and I said, "Oh, look at those people in clown costumes dancing to rap. What's that?" And I was just went and caught it. It was great. Getting refunded.
I'd have to go home.
You went home.
I would have had. Oh, scary clowns doing rap music.
Time to go. But that was Monday, and my lasagna was both Bonnaroo. It was kind of an encapsulated. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'll start. My lasagna was just a good weekend. Good weekend. Stayed home Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Father's Day was yesterday. I love to be celebrated, so that was a plus. My Monday was my van. The air conditioner went out after it made its big debut on the special edition the Desmond Bane trade show yesterday at church. The good Lord spite me and took out my air conditioning.
The Honda Odyssey?
Yeah, the Honda Odyssey. I may have snuck out of church for like 10 minutes to record, to jump on the live stream. And I was smitten after that with my AC.
God was like, no, not in my house.
It's been happening for a little bit, so I'm hoping to get it fixed today.
Yeah. It better, because you got to drive Hondas, man. Drive Hondas till they.
I'm going to the beach next week.
Oh,
so yeah, you're going to need to find some help on Monday and Wednesday.
You're not going to come in and join us from the beach?
No.
I appreciate your honesty. How about you, Rusty? How was your weekend?
I mean, I never do on vacation, so I appreciate that. It was good. It's a 4-day weekend. I didn't work Friday. I'm not working today. Not working the rest of the week for a while, so it's kind of nice. You know, that's like the best part is I have to work. That's my lasagna. My Monday is so yesterday morning I thought I was 18 and could just go in the gym and get a quick workout before I came over here to Corinth. And I've got this recurring thing that comes up in my back every once in a while and happens like probably once a year. And it's happened right now. And like my shoulders and hips are like not in the same plane. I'm walking like a crooked old man for a couple days, like 3 or 4 days. I'll be fine. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm kind of like hobbling around back here, Quasimodo around the house. But
you're
in a
so
couple
tall
days,
too.
it'll be fine.
You're so tall.
Yeah, it's very noticeable. When you're 6'5" and then all of a sudden you're 5'7", it's like, okay, something's wrong.
What the hell?
I mean, you resemble Quasimodo when you're healthy,
Hey, I love Quasimodo and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Don't listen to this crap, Rusty.
I fancy myself more of a Shrek man. I look more like Shrek than Quasimodo.
Shout out Shrek.
Yeah. Speaking of Mel Brooks, a new Spaceballs. That was another great news of the weekend. Another lasagna.
That was some good lasagna. We're getting Spaceballs too, and
yeah, love that.
And it's got Bill Pullman's son in it, and it's got Mel Brooks, who I think is like 98, coming back.
He's 92. So, he's 92, reprising his role. You talk about watching stuff that's good. I tried to put y'all on Coastal Carolina last week for the College World Series, and they are dominating, folks. They beat Oregon State last night 6-2. They've won 25 games in a row. They're one of the best teams in all of baseball, and they are incredible. So Chanticleers are on a run towards the College World Series finals.
We're going to talk about college baseball tomorrow. That's a good little teaser because I need to discuss it. That's going to do it for our show today, y'all. Thank you for watching. Thanks everybody. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. Appreciate y'all coming over here. Everybody in the comments, thank you as well.
No, I got that taken care of.
Oh yeah, we're good, brother.
Oh, you had those removed, didn't you?
Oh God. Shout out hemorrhoids. That's gonna do it for our show today. We will be back tomorrow. Everybody be safe today. Everybody have
11
a good day
o'clock.
at work.
11 o'clock today.
Not today. We will be back tomorrow to talk this game. Hopefully we can talk a
$2 Sports Show at 11 o'clock today.
Oh yeah, $2 Sports Show today. Anthony's saying today. God, guys, you gotta slap me. I was about to say it without it. $2 Sports Show 11, and then we got Anthony saying it 2. Check them both out. I'm sure you guys are. If you need more Des trade talk, I'm sure you will get all of it today at Bluff City Media. So come check us out, y'all. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. We can leave you with anything like we normally do. Remember these 2 things. Remember to be a little bit weird. See you at 2 a.m. way now. And remember to smile. Bye, guys. Have a great day.